The Jets need to do something that they haven't done since 2014, and that's go down to Miami and beat the Dolphins. They'll have their shot tonight on Monday Night Football. So let's talk JETS and M&F with Matt O'Leary of the Just Jets podcast. Matt, what's going on, my man? Big game tonight, buddy.
Absolutely. Huge game for the New York Jets tonight. Hopefully they join the win column like your Giants did yesterday.
Yeah, Victory Mondays. So sweet. Haven't felt that in a long time. I hope you get a Victory Tuesday tomorrow. But let's talk about this game because we're talking about a Jets team that's 0-9 on the road against the Dolphins ever since they beat them in London as the away team. So how much does that, I guess, historical baggage matter to you and the fan base when this team walks into Miami tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if it really matters a ton because, it's a new coaching staff and a new regime that's in here, and the players have turned over a ton since then. But, I do think it's something on the back of the minds of not only Jet fans, but maybe this team as well. They've struggled in their division for a long time, not only just with the Miami Dolphins. And I think that's a big reason why, unfortunately, they're in the midst of this long playoff drought. But it starts tonight. This is a tough test for the New York Jets in week 4. I know both teams winless. Both teams definitely need a win in this one. But for Aaron Glenn to be able to go on the road and get his team a victory against a divisional opponent, I think that's a good start for them turning things around.
Both teams 0-3. Both teams desperately need a win. Both teams don't have a takeaway at all yet this season. Aaron Glenn's a defensive-minded head coach, and defense coordinator Steve Wilks has coached in the Super Bowl before. So does it surprise you that the Jets' defense has struggled so much this season to take the ball away? And how confident are you that they can hold up against Miami's offense, who can get hot at times?
Yeah, I definitely am surprised that they haven't had a takeaway yet this year. It's something that they emphasized during training camp and during OTAs, that they want it to be a defense that turns the ball over and creates turnovers and advantageous situations. Obviously, they haven't been able to do that just yet. And, Tua has struggled with turnovers at times this year. So if there was ever a game for them to finally get on the board, it feels like this could be the week. But you look at the Miami Dolphins offense, they just played pretty good against Buffalo last week in week 3 and had some momentum. I know obviously didn't end well for them. They had the interception late in the game, but they have a ton of speed on the offensive side of the ball. The Jets haven't tackled all that well this year either. And I worry about guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane out in space against this Jets defense. They're going to desperately need to improve and soon if they want to win this game tonight against the Miami Dolphins.
Again, both teams coming in at 0-3. I should probably stop saying that because by now everyone's like, we know that already, beat London. But, Jets have a head coach in Aaron Glenn that's been taking some heat recently, and the Dolphins have a head coach that is currently on the hot seat. So if the Jets don't get a win tonight, what's the narrative around this team?
Yeah, I think, you look at it right now, the Jets have gone up against, 3 teams who were playoff teams a year ago. And obviously, the Jets had a couple chances in the fourth quarter to hold on to a win, whether it was last week against Tampa Bay, had the lead late, had a lead against Aaron Rodgers in week 1. But Aaron Glenn loses this game to an 0-3 Dolphins team. And, Mike McDaniel, it kind of feels like he has one foot out the door already in Miami. And I think a lot of Jet fans are going to grow even more frustrated with the start to this season. They got to get right, and it starts this week. I don't think you could afford to drop to 0-4 because otherwise it's going to feel like the season's over really before it even had a chance to begin here.
Just give us a final thought, your final takeaway for tonight's matchup.
Yeah, for me, I think it's going to be a high-scoring back-and-forth game. I don't really trust either of these defenses, and Justin Fields returning against the Miami Dolphins, I think it's a softer landing spot for him to come against against a defense rather than some of the ones that they've previously played in the first 3 weeks. So I think they're going to need to establish the run game, and if they do that, I think they'll have a chance in the fourth quarter to win this one.
All right, Matt, thanks for hopping on with us. And again, I hope you experience a Victory Tuesday tomorrow, my man.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brandon.
Jets fans, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you guys check out the New York Post Sports Jets Dolphins Monday Night Football live watch party. It's going to be hosted by Gangs Are Here hosts Ryan Sampson and Frankie Vittorini. They're going to be reading and responding to all your comments all throughout the game, as well as breaking down all of the game action. You're actually going to feel like you're hanging out in studio with the guys. So good luck tonight, and as always, let's go Jets.